Hello and welcome to Psychology at the University of Glasgow. I'm Dr. Heather Cleland-Woods. I'm a senior lecturer within the school, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about what psychology looks like and why you should choose the University of Glasgow. So let me tell you a little bit about who we are and where we are. These are on the left here, these are our buildings in Hillhead Street. You can see at the back of the building there, the University Library, and we really are in the heart of Glasgow's West End. And you'll find some teaching spaces, but mostly offices and the labs for our researchers within those walls. You can see here some of the research that's taking place across psychology and what it looks like. So we have the Centre for Cognitive Neuroimaging within the school. We also have the social robotics. And really, we can see the variety of research by one of our students who's presenting at the undergraduate conference down below. So really, we have a lot of diversity in our research, but really that's our home within the university campus. So why should you choose psychology at the University of Glasgow? Well, teaching. Now, the British Psychological Society, or the BPS, sets a standard required curriculum for all psychology accredited programmes across the UK. That's undergraduate as well as postgraduate conversion programmes. And as part of that, really is focusing on the curriculum that makes sure that you're developing the knowledge and the skills that will help you in your destinations beyond graduation. And so every few years, the BPS come and pay us a visit and have a look at our curriculum and speak to our students, speak to the staff, and really let us know how they hold up our programme. Now, usually what will happen is, and I'm part of that committee that go around in the accrediting programme, we'll usually give some recommendations and maybe one commendation about what is being done very, very well at that particular School of Psychology. But we didn't get one, we got 4 commendations. So really, our accrediting body, our body that tells what psychology and psychologists of the future need to know and be able to do, have held us up and really shown that we are kind of leading the field with 4 commendations, and we were incredibly proud to receive that. So not only do our accrediting body hold us up in high esteem, but our colleagues and our students as well. So you can see a comment here from a colleague from another institution who's really saying that they are very impressed by our research methods teaching and the open science approach that we take to that. We also have the lovely Chiara here who posted this just after she finished her undergraduate degree, and I'm delighted to say Chiara is now a postgraduate student with us. And she's saying here about thank you for pushing us to learn different assignment types. So not only being innovative in our teaching delivery, but also being innovative in our assessments as well, and really how that links into the skills. So she's saying she's so grateful for having so many fundamental skills from her time with us at the University of Glasgow. And really that's what we're focused on, ensuring that when you come to Glasgow, you're getting that core curriculum in terms of knowledge, but also the skills that you need. So being able to, the skills you need for beyond graduation, being able to apply them in different circumstances as well. So not only do we have teaching delivery, and you might think of that as terms of, the core curriculum, but also what we can show you here is on the left, we have some of our colleagues from the Healthy Cognition Lab, which is run by Dr. Esther Pepys. But we can see here that they tweeted about what the research that they're conducting, how that can contribute to the climate crisis and sustainability. And so we not only have research that's taking part in these really kind of essential current issues that we need to address, but we also, Dr. Pepys also delivers a level 4 course on the psychology of climate change. So we really are delivering courses and enabling you to gain skills and knowledge around absolutely current issues that will be lying ahead as well for you as graduates and how you can contribute to them. So there's innovation in terms of what we're delivering, but also innovation in terms of how we're delivering it. And so we have Dr. Guillaume Rousselet here, who teaches a level 4 option called Bootstrap. And this is about an analysis technique. And not only does he use the kind of traditional modes of delivery, but he also takes it little off piece where he'll get dice of different colour, and he'll resampling and sampling using those different techniques to really help you, using these innovative techniques to help you understand the key concepts that he wants to get across. So we know that our colleagues and the BPS really hold us in high esteem, but also, and actually so importantly, our students do too. And I've got these lovely pictures. I'm really proud of them. Every year, our Student Representative Council holds Student Teaching Awards. And this is where members of staff and for graduate teaching assistants are nominated for teaching awards. And I am immensely proud that I had one outstanding contribution to teaching a couple of years ago. And I was so delighted for my colleague, Dr. Phil McAleer, who this year got the outstanding contribution to teaching award. Now, what's so important about these is that they come from the student body. This is not us nominating colleagues because we think they're doing a good job. These are the students saying that we're doing a good job. And so Phil was so proud to win that award, but also we had a number of colleagues. So Professor Niamh Stack, Dr. Emily Nordman, Rebecca Lai, and Dr. Jude Stevenson were also nominated for other awards at that night. And that just took place last week. So that lovely picture when they got all dressed up and had a lovely time on campus. So really we're getting these incredibly positive feedback in these awards from our student body, which are really so important to us. So why us for research? We've talked a little bit about teaching, but why us for research? And so here we have Professor Lars Muckley, who, while teaching class about a brain imaging study of ours measuring the response to barking dogs, he was recording the lecture and his dog started barking in the background. So really, the reason that I wanted to put this in was actually tying that tie between research and teaching is incredibly important. We don't see it as two separate entities. So for example, in level 3 and level 4, you'll have the opportunity to do a course that is led by Professor Lars Muckley, who is telling us here about his research and is really a world leader in the field. But not only can you benefit from his research and be part of that community that his research is taking part in, but also you can be taught by him. And so this is one example of where we have a really kind of world-leading research delivering and sharing knowledge and skills with you as part of the Basics of fMRI course that is available to level 3 and level 4. We also have the Centre for Cognitive Neuroimaging. So this is about how scientists can reveal how human brains can predict what our eyes will see next. And so we have these research centres, as well as the Centre for Social, Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience, which is about the fundamental mechanisms of social perception, cognition and social interaction. So we really are taking on the world-leading research, and you can be a part of that in terms of these are the people that are delivering your courses, that are offering you dissertation supervision, and you really have that unique opportunity to connect with them. So it's not only about connecting with world leaders in our within the department, but also taking a step outside the university, outside the School of Psychology and Neuroscience, and connecting with those community groups within the Glasgow area that are tackling these real world problems. So on the left here, we have a tweet by Professor Niamh Stack, who was incredibly proud to watch her, one of her level 4 dissertation students, who did a project on understanding foster carers' experience of accessing mental health services for their foster children. And that kind of linked into the policy and procedures of CAMHS and how that is important. We can really see the kind of real life application of that. On the right here, we have this lovely group of children who were part of our How Sleepy is Our School project that I was involved in, as well as Niamh. And it was really about understanding the role of sleep and educating the children and empowering them to have conversations at home about good quality sleep and how important that was in terms of our mental health, our general health and well-being. We also connect with schools. We do a lot of work. I do a lot of work with school, but we have an example here of one of our fantastic postgraduate students going out into the community, out into school, and really talking about one of the key skills they had developed during their time with us and were using in their research about coding and computational thinking, and using innovative techniques, unusual techniques to help our children within the schools understand those important concepts that really will be part of their education as they move forward. But it's about breaking that down and making it accessible to everybody. We also do like to have a little night out, and we're looking forward to life returning more to normal and having more of these again. And we also have events like Pint of Science that are organised all over the UK, but we have really consistently engaged with Pint of Science at Glasgow. This is a couple of years ago now, but we had some of our Professor Lars Muckley, who I've spoken about in a previous slide, as well as Dr. Helena Patterson, and Leon, who was one of our postgraduate students. Going out into the pub and telling people about their research, so really about breaking it down and connecting, but how their research has application in real life, and breaking it down. And I know that Dr. Holly Scott, my Sleepy Teens colleague, is looking to contribute to Pint of Science this year, so I'm excited to hear about that. We also have a fantastic psychology society that really is an essential part of our community, and they had their annual conference where they invited real kind of world leaders in sustainability and about tackling the climate crisis to their conference, which was a great success. So they do have the academic side, but they also have a lot of the fun side as well, and they do tend to organise really great, for example, the ball, which was last Friday. So there's lots of fun to be had there, but they are an absolutely essential part of our community. So this is about the podcast. This is the lovely Amelia Hilton, who you'll have been seeing some of her great work today on social media for the Offer Holders Day on Wednesday. And this is some of our colleagues using our sound booth within Hillhead Street to record some of the podcasts. But we also have a lot of fun evenings. So for example, this is one about the psychology of magic. So there is a real opportunity for staff and students to come together within our community and learn more and enjoy ourselves, and really using lots of different ways to understand our field. Now, this is something we're incredibly proud of. So this is Guru, the Glasgow University, our undergraduates. And again, another example of people going out, and undergraduates, our students, taking their skills that they've developed over their time with us and sharing that in a wider context. So this was a little group that was set up by a group of our undergraduate students who realised that they had some of their peers that were in other schools, so across the university, weren't benefiting from developing these skills. And so they opened it up to all of students around the university to get them to come along and support them in learning how to code. This is an essential skill that you will develop within your time with us, and how to handle. We're living in times of like big messy data and trying to make sense of that, and this is one of the key skills that will help you do that, and that's recognised by our students as they move on, but certainly is also recognised by our employers. But it's not all work and no play here at the University of Glasgow School of Psychology and Neuroscience. We have a student here who, in our level 3, we have, which is on the right-hand side, we have the conference where they can come along and present their group projects that they have taken part in over the course of a semester. And then we usually have a social event in the evening where we can, it's usually around about Halloween time, where we can do that. So we're looking forward to getting these things started again. We also have Dr. Emily Nordman, who is our level 1 course lead by day, but by night she also loves to dabble in stand-up comedy. I've been to see Emily as part of Bright Club, and I know that she has taken part in it again this year. So this is really about taking our subject, taking our field, and understanding the lighter side and the funny side of it. And we always want to connect within our community, in the classroom, in the lab, through our supervision, but we want to take that out as well and make sure that we're making most of our skills and knowledge. So I wanted to just say a little bit about the specialism. So obviously we are a psychology degree and you will get a degree in psychology, but we also want to take it to the next level, and what's that kind of added value? And here we have 2 undergraduate pathways between the single honours programmes, so for the BSc and the Masters of Arts, where you can graduate with your degree with a specialism in neuroscience, or a specialism in clinical health. And you're able to do that through the options that you choose in your 4th year, your final year. We do have a 4-year degree here in Scotland. And with that, the 4th year, you can choose options to complete alongside your dissertation. And if you select those courses that have a neuroscience focus or a clinical health focus, and your dissertation is also associated with one of those areas, you can graduate with a degree in psychology with a specialism in neuroscience or clinical health. So we are our students. Our community is incredibly important to us, and hopefully that has come through this little talk that I'm giving today. We're really looking forward to seeing you at the Offer Holders Day on Wednesday. And as you can see here are some pictures of us with our students. We've got our lovely students, Leonie and Matilda. They are working in one of the quads, working on a project, sitting on a bench and enjoying a bit of interaction. And this is the groups of students. Our community, as I say, is incredibly important, and we are looking forward to getting back on campus and really bringing everybody together as much as we possibly can. Our doors are always open, and we are looking forward to welcoming you at the University of Glasgow.